What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, taking a look at this GT Goku. I just got him on that 5K banner, and at first when I got him, I was kind of disappointed, to be honest with you. I obviously wanted to go after the fusing Gogeta and also the fusing Vegito. It gets confusing. There's a lot of versions of them, but that was like the best character to go after. I ended up getting Pikkon and also this one, but honestly, after a bit of testing, again, I'm only talking about low-ranked, PvP, but he's filled in really well on my team. So I made a few adjustments from the last time. So I put in this Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He has really good stats. I do not want a soul boost. He has really good stats for GT and Sun family, and that makes a big difference. So before, I had no synergy with my Legends Limited Shenron. I just had him on the team because he was literally like my best unit that I owned outside of my Ultra Instinct Goku. Also, the benefit is this GT Goku also has a boost to GT. So I'm getting a little bit of a double boost, and my team makes, I guess, a lot more sense. So yes, while maybe I wasn't the most excited about it to start things out, I think ultimately it was like the best thing for my team to actually have pulled him. And I'm going to showcase right now a couple of replays to hopefully kind of get that point across. So let's take a look here. And you'll see I'm terrible at treasure battles. I can never win those. But a couple of kind of crazy ones, some crazy comebacks. And I think in this one in particular, the GT Goku is like the star of the show. Now, there's lots of things about him, and honestly, I don't even really understand all of his effects. He has a lot of life-gaining effects. Also, he has an extra life. It's really the best way to describe it.
Your guard down.
It's not like a comeback like a traditional one that some characters have. He just like gets life back, and also his main gives him life, and that's huge. Now there's so much synergy too, because the Shenron is a Dragon Ball like guy. Like he gets you one, I think, just for starting out, and I believe the GT Goku also, like when he's summoned, also gives you Dragon Ball. So you almost always have your Rising Rush before your opponent. And if I'm not mistaken, you can't tell, yeah, as I'm looking at the screen now. Again, I'm only in like week 2, but I don't think you can see how many Dragon Balls your opponent has. So that's really great. So your opponent is almost going to never know that you are going to have a Rising Rush so early on. Again, I'm terrible. And look at this. Like, I have like no health left on all 3 of my characters, and I have barely dented him. Something that I've had to get a lot better at is that his green card is a Solar Flare. And that's kind of incredible. Like, you can really learn to use it, and I haven't learned to do it, quite a bit.
Leave it to me.
It really comes up. It's not like a vanish. It's kind of hard to explain, but like, if you're fast enough to the draw, like when your opponent's coming after you, you can just like stop them in their trap. That blast armor is crazy, and you can already see how much health he's gotten back. That's kind of nuts. I haven't even used my main ability yet. I think every time he gets hit, he gains some back. So that's kind of like unbelievable. And then there we go. Suddenly he's at full health. And again, when he dies, like he just kind of brings something back too. Now his blue card really isn't the best, and that's probably the worst part about him. It kind of just feels like a blast card sometimes, but his ultimate does unbelievable damage. It's like it's quite literally the best part of the card. As you can see there, it's not a super high number of stars Ultra Gogeta, but at the end of the day, it is still Gogeta. And now, I am like really against the ropes. I do have the GT Goku. I do feel like if I can make out his Goku Black, I will have a chance in this one. And obviously, Shenron has endurance, which is kind of crazy. I kind of felt like I had the timing there. I was off by like half a second. It felt like he was kind of far away. You're going to see that a lot. I get this mentality that I need to catch them when they're on the way in, just because Shenron's ability is so good. His ultimate is amazing. So I just kind of lost that. So I have to 1v2 this, and I have a down factor here, but I did have the Rising Rush. I shouldn't have gone for all of these cards. This is the biggest mistake I made in the match. Luckily for me, it didn't end up working out. Now, why did I go for the Rising Rush here? Well, in my opinion, I need to go one-on-one. I can't mess around. I didn't kill him off those cards, and I got too greedy. I had the factor, like the little color factor was like not in my favor. I should have known that all 4 of those cards weren't going to be enough. Now, I do have a favorable elemental factor against this Vegito blue. So that's like the big difference. Me being able to take out that Goku Black was pretty much the only reason I could win. I feel like, again, that Solar Flare was so close. So I messed up with Shenron, and I also messed up here, and I'm only surviving quite literally because the color matchup, but we'll see. I mean, I did 1v2 this, like, quite literally. He's going to go for the Rising Rush, that's fine. You have the Vanish left, so, whew, like, he really kind of wasted that. And you can see the blue there, of course, does, like, so much damage, but it's because I'm a blue character and he's a red. And that was another thing I haven't talked about yet, like, there is a big factor involved in this because of the GT Goku. Besides everything that I've already talked about, he does fill out my team color-wise really, really, really well. This is another one where I was watching it and I quite literally could not believe that I was able to come back in this. It looks like I'm so cooked, like actually kind of crazy cooked. And then I just have one more. It's funny to look back now, like to see how bad I am at this game. But the one thing I will say though, like I am terrible. He has a blue card off of that, must be nice. You know, like I have built my team like well enough to like fit me not being good. You know, I went really hard. I spent most of my early CC to get 2 of these UI Gokus. I did luck out by getting the 2. I think I spent like 10k, and I know people spend a lot more to do that. But like him being my anchor and then kind of filling out my team, I went really hard after the Shenron too, because I'd heard a lot of really good things on it. Take a look at this. I beat him by 1. Kind of unbelievable. Skill issue, right? I'd be so mad. Okay, so again, I've already lost a character, but this was huge. So as soon as he tagged in, he went for blast cards, and that's barbecue chicken for Shenron because his ultimate just flies through them. It's quite literally one of his best abilities. Don't have a good elemental factor here, so, but that I believe that's fine. Like this match proves more than anything that like you can't just run off of free-to-play characters or old characters. Like they do get phased out really, really quickly. And even though I didn't have it here, like knowing that my GT Goku is so much stronger than him, and he doesn't have like a gazillion life, like the Rising Rush is still worth it even without the elemental thing going on. I think I guessed this wrong. And this is huge because I do, and normally, in almost every other character, I would be dead. But the GT Goku, of course, just comes back. I can probably pop his main at that point. And now I'm like back in business. Yeah, like actually kind of unbelievable. So it does work out. I am able to finish him off. I had no idea this was a revival unit. That is very unfortunate. So his Gohan's going to come back to life, and I was like, oh, crap. I mean, we are kind of on... I mean, I still have a little bit of a life lead a little bit, so his Shenron doesn't have that much left. Didn't realize that. I think that was his green card. I don't even know why the exclamation point popped up there. He's going to go back to the Shenron. He's going to pop another green. That's nice. Yeah, that's so telegraphed, right? Like, you're just holding it there. That's kind of nuts. And you're going to see here, GT Goku on these smaller units, man, has just crazy damage. I don't know. I feel like I probably actually just wasted that. But I did have a blue card in my hand, and maybe I should have just gone for the blue itself. Unless I drew it afterwards. I actually didn't remember, but... I don't know. I guess he had such little health left, but that's fine. Still have my main ability with Shenron, so that's really nice. And just being... The main abilities are so important. Just because once you see that exclamation mark, you know, like, they are so done for. This won't kill him. I thought I was going to get the legendary finish. I was, like, barely off. And then I end up, like, really sweating this, too. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine. And then he pops his ultimate, and suddenly, like, my endurance is hit, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I am not fine. It was an elemental thing, too, I guess. He just has a purple card, but... Yeah, he just ran out of gas. I was starting to sweat a little bit when he hit that. I was like, oh, no. But that's why GT characters are so good. You get, like... technically 4 characters, 5 characters, because you get more out of them. Just gonna showcase one more. I think this was another one that was like pretty decent. It says Zenkai buff sparking blue, and I think that same, I think I also just played that Trunks, I'm not sure, but he is going to start out like by absolutely demolishing me. But because I have better units, and that's really how the game works, I'm gonna be able to come back eventually. The blast armor for Broly is light work. I'm going to try to... I shouldn't have tried to spread this around. The UI Goku could have just dodged that. I'm pretty sure. I don't think this, like, Legends Limited Broly has armor like that. And I should have held that one out, too. Although I guess it's kind of better to spread the damage out. I'm not sure. That's not my best stuff right there. And I can't even get a hit in. Look, he has all of his character back to health, and I am like falling apart at the seams. He's gonna go for his ultimates. I am not in a good spot right now. So we'll see what kind of damage that does. Okay, it does proctor his life. Being able to... I tried to go for it twice. I literally have never played this bad before. How do I win this game? I almost don't remember. And this is doing no damage because I have the elemental thing coming up. I probably should have gone for the Rising Rush, but that's okay. I'm going to go for it now. Same philosophy. I think that seeing 1.5 million damage, like even though, you know, his card is the right color, like I'm going to be able to get through. Just because my Shenron and my UI Goku are by themselves and doing an incredible amount of damage. And then suddenly, just like that, and you can see how fast you get Dragon Balls, I was a Rising Rush up, so I was one character ahead of him. And most of the time, like, that's enough to win, because you're a vanish ahead, and that's a huge factor. This is not a good elemental matchup for me. If I was smart, I would switch up, although I do pop his main, so I have full health again. And now, like, I still have all my characters, and my Legends Limited Shenron also was not... he hasn't popped his endurance yet, so maybe distributing that damage wasn't the worst decision in the world. I really do need to switch over here at some point, like switch to my GT Goku, and I probably do it here. Yeah. I go for the Solar Flare. He's always right next to me when I do that. It's like almost eerie. He's totally going to whiff there, and then I'm going to hit my own ultimate, so I'm pretty sure this is just going to absolutely wipe him out. He's only 3 stars, and I've upgraded this GT Goku once, and you'll see, like, I could have gone way farther than that. And now it's a 3v1. He's eventually just going to run out of vanishes. Like, as soon as he just, like, I make him use it. Haven't even used the main yet. Haven't even gone through the extra life there for Shenron. And there we go. I'm going to come back. As soon as that goes, I'm going to pop the main. I'm going to go back to, like, 3/4 health. And as soon as he uses that vanish, which he did pretty well there, although he's standing like a statue, I feel like he could have taken advantage of that, but he did not. I don't think this is a legendary finish. And he has like an ice thing. He's going to be really far down though. Oh wow, I only did like half. Oh, it's because I keep forgetting these factors. He did actually really well to kind of circulate through his characters. I did a terrible job with that. I'm going to pop this green for absolutely no reason. Should have switched to GT Goku, gone for the Solar Flare and end of the game. That's on me. That's just me being like bad and not really just like seeing cards like, oh, clicking cards. I love to do that. And I already have another Rising Rush. Didn't end up using it. I don't even know how he didn't get his, but that's pretty much what you get for not using Ultra characters. Abilities are everything in this game. You know, stats can only get you so far. As you just saw, I won because of the abilities of my players. And he was a better player than me. So there's a, like, the way you build your team is almost as important as how you play. And that was a good showcase of that. But you can also see just how much damage the ultimate for that GT Goku does. Let me know what you guys think about this and this unit in the comment section down below. Other than that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.